Good morning, Bayside family. We are glad that you're here with us this special Mother's Day Sunday morning. For those of you who are new to our church community, perhaps you've been joining us online these last few weeks, we just want to say a special welcome to you. And if you would like to get connected with our church family, I want to encourage you to head over to the church website. It's baysidefamily.church and fill in the online connection card, and one of our pastors will reach out and connect with you. Before we get started with this morning's worship service, I want to invite Mike LaRosa to share a special announcement with our church and to lead us in prayer for this morning.
Good morning, Bayside family. Happy to be asked to be here with you guys this morning. I hope everyone's doing well and managing through these difficult times. I am reminded right now, I'm sitting beside a sign that says there is always, always, always something to be grateful for. So I hope today and this coming week that you're able to find something that you're thankful for, even if you are struggling. I'm here this morning because it was brought to the church's attention that there was a need in Zimbabwe to feed the hungry. I know Zimbabwe struggles all the time, even without this pandemic, and I'm sure this is more difficult for them than it is usually. So we were asked if we could help them, and they asked for $1,500 from the church to help feed the hungry. And because of how blessed we are as a church and how giving our church is, we decided to give them $3,000. Being to Zimbabwe firsthand, I know what an extreme blessing that will be to them, how many children it'll feed, how many families it'll support. So just really thankful to be the one to give this message, because I think it's a true reminder to me of what an amazing church I'm part of and just the blessings that we get to share as a family and share with other families. So I'm thankful for that. So having said all that, I just like to let everybody know that I miss you all very much, and hope to see you all sooner than later. And before I go, we'll close in a prayer. Heavenly Father, I thank you so much for my church family, for the opportunity to share this amazing message with them. And I just pray, God, that you would put your hand upon the people of Zimbabwe, on the Village of Hope, the children there, and I just pray that you give them a peace and an understanding that we'll get through this and we'll make them stronger and keep them healthy and watch over them. And I also pray, God, for the pastoral staff at the church and how much work and effort they put into these Sunday services. I'm thankful for that. And I just pray, God, that today's service will touch somebody in a way that they need to be touched today, will fill a void or a gap that they've had this past week. And I just pray that you would be with them during this service so that they may hear your word. In Jesus' name, amen.
Blessed be your name, land that is plentiful, where your streams of abundance flow. Blessed be your name. And blessed be your name when found in the desert place. Though I walk through the wilderness, blessed be your name. Every blessing you pour out, I'll turn back to praise. When the darkness closes in, Lord, still I will say, oh, blessed be the name of the Lord. Blessed be your name. Blessed be the name of the Lord. Blessed be your glorious name. And Blessed be your name when the sun's shining down on me, when the world's all as it should be. Blessed be your name. And blessed be your name on the road marked with suffering, those pain in the offering. Blessed be your name. Every blessing you pour out, I'll turn back to praise. When the darkness closes in, Lord, still I will say, blessed be the name of the Lord. Blessed be your name. Blessed be the name of the Lord. Blessed be your glorious name. Oh, you give and take away. You give and take away. Oh, my heart will choose to say, oh, blessed be your name. Oh, you give and take away. You give and take away. Oh, my heart will choose to say, oh, blessed be your name. Oh, blessed be the name of the Lord. Blessed be your name. Blessed be the name of the Lord. Blessed be your glorious name. Oh, blessed be the name of the Lord. Blessed be your name. Blessed be the name of the Lord. Blessed be your glorious name.
As many of you know, our church family has been praying for a miracle for baby Evelyn. Baby Evelyn was born 5 months ago, weighing in at just over 14 ounces, and at the time, the doctors were uncertain as to whether or not she would survive. But today, I'm excited to share the good news that the family has finally returned home.
They are finally home. Mackenzie, Brian, and Evelyn. And Evelyn is no longer just over 14 ounces because God has done an amazing thing. Absolutely gorgeous. Gorgeous. How much does she weigh now, Brian?
I think it's 7 pounds today.
7 pounds today.
She's 5 months old today.
5 months old, 7 pounds. 6 pounds heavier than when she came into this world. Okay.
Bye, everyone.
Love you.
When peace like a river attendeth my way, when sorrows like sea billows roll, whatever my Lord thou hast taught me to say, it is well, it is well with my soul. It is well with my soul. It is well, it Satan should buffet, though trials should come, let this blessed assurance control that Christ has regarded my helpless estate and has shed his own blood for my soul. It is well with my soul. It is well, it is well with my soul. My sin, oh, the bliss of this glorious thought. My sin, not in part, but the whole, is nailed to the cross, and I bear it no more. Praise the Lord, praise the Lord, oh my soul. It is well with my soul. It is well, it is well with my soul. And Lord, haste the day when the faith shall be sight. The clouds be rolled back as a scroll. The trumps shall resound, and the Lord shall descend. Even so, it is well with my soul. It is well with my soul. It is well, it is well with my soul.
Hi again, everybody. Happy Mother's Day to all the moms and the children of moms. Well, I guess that's everyone, all of us, isn't it? This is a picture of my mom. Her name is Donna. What's your mom's name? Shout it out. I bet you're saying Sarah or Paige or Karen or Alana or Hillary or Mummy. Yes, that's great to hear your mom's name. Now, if I was to tell you about my mom, I would say she is kind, she's sweet, She's smart, she was a nurse, and she was good at taking care of people, and she's talented, she can draw really well, and she can play the piano. What words would you use to describe your mom? Well, I have some Mother's Day words for us to look at today. What's the first word? Honor. That's a word from the Bible, isn't it? We hear that sometimes. The children are supposed to honor their parents. Well, what does that mean? It means to give special praise, attention, or respect. Respect. There's another big word. But what does respect mean? How do you show respect? Well, respect means to admire one's abilities, qualities, and achievements. I said my mom is talented. She can play the piano and she can draw. And I think that's great. I admire that. But how do you show respect? By acting in a way that shows you care about others. So respect is not just something you say, it's something you do, like listening, taking care of the things that are important to them, not damaging their things, by helping them. And if you do these things, you'll have a happy life. Hands up, who wants a happy life? Well, of course, we all do, don't we? Moms and dads, boys and girls, all of us. Now, the Bible gives us lots of clues on how to have a happy life, especially for children. In Ephesians chapter 6, it says, "Children, obey your dad and mom, and you will have a long and happy life." This is not a suggestion from God. This is a command. God says, do it. Now, he also gives a promise with it. The command is, children, obey your parents. But what is the promise? The promise is, you will have a long and happy life. Do you know that God cared so much about this? He said it 8 times in the Bible. And he even put it in the commandments. Commandment number 5, right there in the middle. Children, obey your parents. Why does God care so much about this subject? It's because he loves you so much, he wants you to have a long and happy life. And he even gave you the instructions on how to do that. Here's another word, encourage. Now, what does encourage mean? Encourage means to give courage, confidence, and support. Now, Mother's Day is a great opportunity to give these things to Mom by giving her special cards and letters, by telling her how important she is to you. You can give her courage, confidence, and support when you do those things for her. Just in case you forget to do it all the time, Mother's Day is a great opportunity to make sure you do it. And it's also for grandmas and aunties and any other special women in your life who help take care of you. And the Bible gives us instructions on how to encourage as well, with kind words. Proverbs says, kind words are like honey. They cheer you up and make you feel strong. Now, why would the Bible say kind words are like honey? Well, honey tastes sweet, doesn't it? Tastes good. And kind words are sweet, and they feel good to the person who hears them and the person who says them. And they can cheer Mom up. But how do kind words make Mom feel strong? Well, you know, moms get tired. And sometimes it might feel like there's just too much to take care of. Your kind words can cheer Mom up and make her feel strong. That she can handle anything. That she can handle coronavirus, and she can handle working from home, and she can handle you all day, every day. Your kind words go a long way to help with all of that. So that's something you can do for Mom, not just today, but every day. Use your kind words. Encourage Mom. Honor Mom. Show respect. And God will honor his promise to you for a long and happy life. Have a good day together, everyone, and I'll see you soon.
Over the past several weeks, Pastor Beth and the kids from her children's program have been working hard to put together a special piece of music. And today, I'm excited to announce the debut of This Little Light of Mine.
little light of mine, I'm gonna let it shine. This little light of mine, I'm gonna let it shine. This little light of mine, I'm gonna let it shine all the time. Let it shine. All around the neighborhood, I'm gonna let it shine. All around the neighborhood, I'm gonna let it shine. All around the neighborhood, I'm gonna let it shine. Let it shine all the time. Let it shine. Hide it under a bushel now. I'm gonna let it shine. Hide it under a bushel now. I'm gonna let it shine. Hide it under a bushel now. I'm gonna let it shine. Let it shine all the time. Let it shine. Don't let Satan blow it out. I'm gonna let it shine. Don't let Satan blow it out. I'm gonna let it shine. Don't let Satan blow it out. I'm gonna let it shine. Let it shine all the time. Let it shine. This little light of mine, I'm gonna let it shine. This little light of mine, I'm gonna let it shine. This little light of mine, I'm gonna let it shine. Let it shine all the time. Let it shine.
This morning we have a special Mother's Day message from Elia Bansies. Elia is one of our church's missionary partners, and he runs a teen challenge center out of Siberia. And this morning we're going to be hearing some amazing stories of how God is changing lives in Siberia.
Hello, Pastor Len and Dana and our dear friends at Bayside Family Church. We just want to greet you from Siberia and wish you, all the ladies, happy Mother's Day.
Thank you so much for all that you do to help us in the ministry here. We're so grateful for all your prayers and support. And we just want to share 3 testimonies of women from our church. And we hope and pray these will be a blessing to you. Thank you again for all you do for us, and happy Mother's Day.
Irina began to use drugs during her 2nd year of university. Very quickly, she became a heroin addict. Her mother was desperately looking for help. She turned to doctors. The doctors induced a coma 4 times, 7 days each time. They tried to clean her blood. But every time she came out of the hospital, she continued using drugs. One day, a teacher at the university shared with Irina about Teen Challenge program. She decided to go in. While in the program, she accepted Christ and her life changed miraculously. She continued her studies, and after graduating from Teen Challenge, she received a diploma of a lawyer. She became our church lawyer, and she had been helping the church and many other churches throughout Russia already for 12 years. We thank God for this testimony. She married a young man, also a Teen Challenge graduate, and they have a little boy. They're hoping and praying to have another one. Also, while Irina was in the program, she was praying for her mother and her father. They were divorced. Slowly, her mother became a Christian. She started coming to church, and then she was baptized. And very soon after that, Irina reached out to her father, who was a desperate alcoholic living in a different city. Her father agreed to come into the Teen Challenge program. After finishing the program, her father remarried her mother, They have been divorced 27 years. Irina's faith and her testimony affected both of her parents, and now they're together. Praise God.
Tanya came to the Lord when she was 28 years old. It was in the beginning of our church, and she had 2 young little boys. And very soon after she came to the Lord, her husband was so against her. He said to her, "Either you choose God or you choose me." It was such an ultimatum he gave her. But she prayed and she said, "Oh God, how can I leave you? You've done so much for me. You've given me salvation." And she decided to stay with the Lord. And he left her. And sadly, Tanya had to raise 2 young little boys for years in our church. I remember how they came to our children's service, then they became a part of our preteen service, then youth service. And now both of her sons want to go into the ministry. Her oldest son is a youth leader in our church, and he would like to go on to be a pastor. And her younger son is in a missionary school right now, training to be a missionary in a restricted access nation in the Middle East. So her faithfulness to God is evident in her children serving the Lord now. And if you have a child that's not walking with the Lord, I just encourage you to continue praying for them. They will come to the Lord, because the faithful, fervent prayers of a righteous man availeth much. Keep praying. They will come to Christ.
The last story I'd like to share with you is about Natalia. She's a doctor. She was the head gynecologist in the area where we live. I decided to go in and ask her if I can share with women who are about to go to do an abortion, and she allowed me. I shared Christ with them. I prayed for them. But each time after I spoke, Natalia asked me to step into her office. She had many questions. Well, very soon after that, she received Christ, and her clinic stopped doing abortions completely because of her faith. After Natalia became a Christian, she began to pray for her children and for her husband. Her son was a desperate heroin addict. She kept praying for him. She asked others to pray. Things got worse. Her son was sentenced to prison. He got 2.5 years for selling drugs. While in the prison, he was so hardened, and he would write letters to his mother saying, "Stop praying for me, I'll never become like you." He actually said to her, "I sleep at night and I see the same dream again and again. In the dream," he said, "I see that as soon as I come out of the prison, I'm gonna use drugs again." The addiction was so strong. Natalia kept on praying. She had the church praying as well. And one day she comes to a prayer meeting so happy. She says, "Pastor, read this letter." And she handed me the letter from her son. In the letter, he shares with the mother how he decided to read the Bible. So one day, he was laying on a top bunk bed reading the story of Jesus' crucifixion. All of a sudden, he writes in the letter, he felt the presence of God. He knew it was God. And he felt how God began to speak to him, convicting him of sin. And the conviction was so strong that he actually began to weep and ask God to forgive him. And he said to him, "God, if you can only forgive me, I will serve you for the rest of my life." 6 months after his conversion, he was released from the prison. He started attending church, and very soon he was baptized. And then one day I saw his father walking on the street. He came to me and shook my hand and says, "Ilya, now I believe that God exists. No one could help my son, but now I see he's totally a different person." So, right at that time, we began our Teen Challenge program, and this young man became one of our first staff members. He served Christ. He reached out to so many drug addicts. So many people received salvation through his ministry. And then there was a tragic accident that took his life. At the funeral, his mother testified, and she said, "The 6 years while my son was using drugs became like hell. But after he came to Jesus, the 6 years as he was serving him made our life like heaven." And she says, "I know I'll see my son when I get to be with Jesus." Her daughter became a missionary. She and her husband now serve Christ, planting a church in Volgograd. So I'd like to encourage all the women, please keep on believing, keep on praying, keep on holding on. Your faith will affect your children and your grandchildren and even your parents. I'd like to read this verse for you in conclusion. It's 2 Timothy 1 verse 5. Paul writes to Timothy and he says, "I'm reminded of your sincere faith, which first lived in your grandmother Lois and in your mother Eunice, and I am persuaded now lives in you also." God bless you. Happy Mother's Day.